Ding, ding, ding. So what is this? Let me see if you can appreciate the size of it. Oh, okay. This is the Vphone S8. It is a cell phone. Yeah, look at the size. Ooh, it's very small. Okay, so what is it? Alright, well, look at the size of it. Don't be expecting great shakes. This is a 1.54 inch screen. The resolution is around 240 times 240. It has a MTK processor, the kind that is used in these cheap SIM card smartwatches. To be honest with you, as you will find out, this is really what this is. It's just not, no different at all than these cheap watches. Now get this, the RAM is 64 MB and the ROM is 128 megabytes. So we're not talking high spec here. It does take a SD card, and I will show you. It's got one of these really annoying, you know, this kind of clip, like these cheap phones that you just have to unclip. Okay, it has a 380 mAh battery, and here, if I move my finger out of the way, you will see the SIM card slot and the SD card slot. I read two sources. One source said it can take 16 GB SD card. The other one said it was a 8 GB SIM card. So I mean, I tried. I don't have that small. I only have 32 GB. I tried, and it didn't work. Okay, so which is a bit of a pain. But I don't have a smaller SD card. Now I put my SIM card in. Now this is not 4G LTE, this is only 2G, okay? So I did put my SIM card in, called my wife, she says hello, and the sound was what you would expect from a phone this size. It was a bit tinny, it was a bit, you know, distant, but you know, it was fine. I could hear her, she could hear me. So you know, this cost $30. I got this from GearBest, and it was I got it on pre-sale, so it's $30 there. They say that it's going to go up to $60, but I doubt it. I think we'll stay about this. So you know, that was for that price. Okay, I'm just going to take a wee chance just to have a look and see what this thing is all about. Now you'll see here there's virtually nothing other than a micro USB. There's no headphone jack. There is only this thing here, and this can have a like an ID holder that looks round, and you can put it around your neck. So you could basically have this around your neck if you want it. That really is the sole extent of this outside. It doesn't have a camera. So what does it have? Okay, well, it has Bluetooth. It doesn't have Wi-Fi. It has Bluetooth. Okay, so what you can do is you can connect this to your iOS or Android phone, and then you can do various things through that. I have my PPTV King 7, which I'm using at the moment, Android phone. I couldn't get the Bluetooth to connect, so it was a bit of a pain, but it is connecting with my BlackBerry Passport. But the only thing I can use, and I'm looking for it now, let me find the app, it is the audio player. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what the point is, but perhaps I'm missing the point. I suppose it's different once you have music on the SD card, because then you would need Bluetooth headphones, and I couldn't put any music because I don't have the SD card. The the ROM would not let me put any music on because I didn't have a file smaller than 5 megabytes. So anyway, I thought I would let you hear the quality of the internal speaker. Let me find that music one again. It is here. Okay, here we go. Okay, right, I'm not going to play that much longer. You're not going to be using this for your party music, okay? I suppose you could pair it to Bluetooth speakers. Then, you have your music on the SD card. Yeah, I suppose that would work. Now, although I couldn't try it with my headphones, I've had a number of these cheap smartphone watches before, and I have used them and tried it with music. And to be honest with you, your music's perfectly acceptable. It's not totally brilliant, but it's for on the go. It's perfectly acceptable when you have a decent pair of Bluetooth headphones like my Jaybird X2s. So I would imagine this quality of the Vphone S8 would be about the same. So I'll just show you the screen. Actually, the resolution, it's quite nice. It looks a wee bit better than some of these ones that I've had before. The smart watches they're called, with the cheap ones that take a SIM card. They were a bit blurry. This one's actually quite crisp, this screen. So for 1.54 inches, it's fine. It only has soft keys here, as you can see. We can operate for all the settings here. Let me just see what display says. Brightness. Okay, so it's brightness. I'm going to take it up to full brightness. Screen timeout seconds, we'll change that to 30. Let me just see now about so you can see this here on this. It's hard to focus. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, you can see here, that's about the only information that this gives you. When I read it, when I originally decided to buy this, I read it that it had Android, but it doesn't have Android like we know it, so it may have some kind of basic Android operation thing to it, but it's not any kind of Android that we know or we're familiar with. With the brightness up, the screen looks really good. I think it looks really pretty cool. So let's just look at some of these apps here. It has audio player, has remote capture. Now I've got this on my BlackBerry. It doesn't work. I tried it. I suppose it's for you could use this as remote control for your camera, but it didn't work. So what else does it have? It has a pedometer. Why this camera's going out of focus? Sorry, just trying to focus it a wee bit here. Okay. Has a pedometer, has a sedentary measurer, don't know what that is, sleep monitor, heart rate monitor. Now the heart rate monitor, you see here, now is it a gimmick? So you press start and you leave your finger here, and let's see what it says this time, because the last time or the first time I did it, it was very accurate, and okay, 81. So I'm sure if I check my pulse now, I'm sure it's about the same. I think that is pretty accurate. So It has, did I say pedometer? Okay, so pedometer, I think this could be handy for, you don't want to take your big cell phone with you, but you want to not lose touch with people when you're out doing your exercising. You can do all your exercising with this wee thing stuck in your pocket. So, for some people, that might be an idea. Now, there is a folder here that says apps, and I'm not exactly sure what that is. But perhaps once this doesn't have a browser, it doesn't have Wi-Fi, but maybe once you have it connected through Android or iOS, you'll see here it doesn't have any, it just says uninstall. You may be able to download from the Play Store. I'm not exactly sure. On this the Vphone website, it says that you can install Twitter and Facebook and some other social media apps. How you will do it, there's more smarter people out in the land of the internet than me. I'm sure you'll work it out. It has some wallpapers. I have it on this one. It has like a slightly old-fashioned watch. Can you see it there? Yeah. And it has just a kind of like basic smartphone there with your answer and text messaging. So I like this one better. There's a weather app, not sure what that is. SOS, we'll get into all these in a minute. Vibrate. It has WeChat, which is popular I think in China, and it has QQ, which is a Chinese app. Not sure what any use that would be. So anyway, you put your SIM card in here, and it basically functions like an old style feature phone. Just let me fiddle about with this focus again. I don't know why it's going out of focus. Right, there it is, sorry. So, who would use this as a phone? Okay, I will give you two examples. I think maybe prisoners. You could secrete this into the prison and give it to a prisoner. It'd be more hard to find, and I think we know where we could secrete it on your body, although I wouldn't like to try that. But joking aside, but look, what if you want your children to have a cell phone, but you don't want them to have a fancy phone, but you want to be able to contact them anytime, and you're not worried about them losing a phone or somebody stealing it. So, this could be a solution. It's $30. It's a phone. It's very small. They could have it in their person. They could easily, you could use that for emergent situations. So yeah, I think that is definitely, something you definitely could use. And I suppose the third thing, if I've thought about it, is that I know there are some jobs where it's not as easy for people to have a look at their cell phones. So the smallest cell phone that you have, you could check your messages, Twitter, Facebook, if you can work it out, really without the boss checking you out. So I would say for that kind of thing, okay. Yeah, 2G calling. There is no browser, as I said, so I really don't know about the internet. I don't think there's going to be much caught. But I think you can see here the screen is really pretty nice, and who knows, maybe there'll be some kind of update. This only came yesterday from GearBest, $30, and when I advertised it on Facebook for sale page here in KSA, I had many people interested in it. In fact, it is sold. So, people are interested, and I have to sell it more than $30 because I had to pay the shipping on this, and I don't want to make a loss. So, there's definitely a market out there. The remote control for the camera, some people may find that quite useful for, if your cell phone, you want to do selfies a bit more, with the main camera, then yeah, I suppose you could use this. It would work out, and you don't want to use a selfie stick, of course. this may be the answer to your troubles. Exercise, as I said, with the pedometer. It has a sleep monitor. It does measure. It has an alarm, sound recorder. You need the SD card for all these. So I mean, it's got a bunch of basic apps. Siri, tap to speak to Siri. I don't know what this is. It says Siri. What is Siri? What is Siri?
Connect to the voice server. Please try again.
Okay. Thanks. It was saying there, it must have some, it's saying can't connect to the voice server because my cell phone, my passport that this is connected to is not, the data connection's not on it. So I mean, that'd be interesting to see if that is any good, if you have connected to a data connection. So really, there's not much else to say about it. You know, $30. Yeah, I mean, look, for the gadgeteers out there, it's fun. It's a laugh. You could really could use it. Could be a wee backup. Now, the 380 mAh battery, of course, that's not big, but I had it since charged full since yesterday. And when I came in this morning to look at it, it was on about 80%. So, you know, on standby, it could be your emergency phone. Again, it could be something that you could keep in your bag, your you know, coat pocket, with a second SIM, whatever, and you know, it's very small, so it could be used for emergencies. For me, I think for older children who you don't want to spend a lot of money on to have a fancy phone, and you're worried about a number of things, I think this is a good solution. The other solution is get them a GPS tracker watch. I have it for my kid, and she's only going on 5, and we use that. But you know, this could be for slightly older kids who, you know, whatever could call you if they're going to be late home, whatever, anything. I mean, yeah, I'll look for $30, and if they lost it, you're not going to be crying. So yeah, I think for that kind of use, it's fine. Maybe for you could use it as an MP3 player as well. I think really for exercise and stuff like that, it's very light. I mean, they say on their website it's like CNC magnesium, blah blah, whatever. I doubt it. I mean, it doesn't feel, I mean, it feels okay, but you know, it's not the highest quality of materials used, shall we say. And really, that is all I can say about it. That is my review. So the usual, any questions, comments, etc., you can leave them below. I will do my best to answer them. Would I buy it? Would I recommend it? For $30? Yes. So buy it. Okay, that's me. Thank you. Bye.